Okay, so Chase, welcome on the OP show.
Thank you.
Chase Waters from Trove. I'll let you do a little introduction. So we start every episode the same. We do the first segments out of the box. So there's going to be like 5 or 6 questions I'm going to be asking you. Some personal and then some about the brand. No specifics. We're just going to be riffing. It's going to be a good time.
Sweet.
And then the last 2 segments are going to be a bit of a surprise. So these last 2 segments, this isn't like a podcast. This is more so like the late night show with Jimmy Fallon. So the last 2 segments are a little bit more fun, engaging. So it's just not like an hour worth of questions.
All right.
Cool. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. Out of the box. Okay, question 1. Take us back to the beginning. What basically inspired you to kind of start down the path? You've been at Trove a long time, 9 years almost.
Yeah, I've been doing digital marketing for about 16 years.
Oh, jeez.
So this will tell you how old I am. When I was pre-high school, I built my first website and was like, hey, we gotta show our friends our stupid videos, but there's nowhere to show them at. So we would upload our videos. We'd try to compress them to like under, I think it was like 15 megabytes at the time, and upload them so our friends could watch our videos that we made on the weekends if they couldn't come out. So we built my first website like 2000, like end of 99, early 2000. And then started kind of just
The Napster days.
yeah. I mean we had a computer. I don't really know why we had a computer because it was the 90s. But we had a computer. I think it was mostly Word documents. And there was a lot of stuff. Like in school, we would try to get around the blocks and try to use the internet. We found a way to like go through Microsoft Word and create a hyperlink that would open up a browser because they would delete the shortcuts off the desktop. So then I just kind of liked the technical side of it, and I was going to college. A friend called and was like, hey, we're trying to get an image in an article that we're posting online. How do you do that? And I was like, oh, it's easy. Image source equals this. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, my boss says we need to hire you. And I was like, sweet. I don't have a job. I'm just chilling, at college, whatever. I was like, okay. So I started there, and that was like doing SEO, which was copying and pasting articles over and over and over and over again, putting keywords in there. And then I really liked it. And I was like, this is cool. And I got fired from that. It was like a mom and pop shop. The wife didn't really like us very much, and so got fired there, and then got hired with another place, and kind of just kept going from there, where I really focused on SEO and digital marketing.
Was that in the e-commerce space as well, the second spot?
That was actually, so it was with the hosting company. The company that bought Bluehost, which is here in Utah, worked for them, and then we kind of started the digital marketing SEO PPC program there. With that, they moved me up here to Utah, and then I took a stop in Vegas at an agency for a bit, and I worked for Entrada too here. Yeah. And then my friend was working at the time it was just BlenderBottle, and was like, hey, we need someone to help with the website. And I was like, okay. So my wife hated Vegas, so we're like, let's move. Yeah. So we did, and I've been there since. And so, yeah.
What was it like so when you joined, so 9 years ago, what was BlenderBottle like, and what was kind of like the progression of kind of the expansion and the growth over the course of the last 8 or 9 years?
So it was just one brand. It was just BlenderBottle. The website was mostly a place to buy like replacement lids.
Since I've known you now, I've now bought Blender bottles online because there's like some custom drops where I'm like, hey, I actually want those drops. Outside of that, I'm like, dude, I'm always buying them in store.
Yeah. And that was the plan. The business was built from the founders. They went door to door to retail and were like, hey, take this awesome thing. There's a whole awesome story that you can find about how the blender ball was invented and all that. But the plan was just
retail
B2B,
first.
retail.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of a fluke that they're like, hey, we could probably do better on the website. And then so my friend and I worked on the website for a while. We doubled the website sales every year for 5 or 6 years.
How'd you do that? Without sharing any specifics.
No,
we don't want to share the secret sauce.
It's the secret sauce, I guess, is just like consistency. So it's, I came in there, the email list was tiny. It wasn't something that was like put priority on. So we started giving people a reason to subscribe to the email list. We started focusing on like, hey, come to the website. There are different products here that every store doesn't carry all the products. And so it was like, hey, keep coming back. Like if you bought a lid, you also might be interested in trying this. Yeah. Just kind of the basics of digital marketing. If you go to any class and kind of check box it, it's like, hey, we got to do this. We got to look at the conversion rate, and then get traffic up. At the time, the ads were we were running ads, but it was just like brand awareness. It wasn't no direct response or like trying to get people to buy online. It was just like, hey, this is our brand. And so looking at the return on investment there, ROAS, all that stuff, cleaning those ads up and then targeting the right people. We started Facebook ads, or now Meta ads, and kind of really found a way to an audience. And then there were some things like we started dropping new colors every month. Right now it's in a little bit of a flux, but it's like every 2 weeks. But yeah, we're doing every month. And then I was increasing social following, just kind of, the basics. Yeah. But it was just nobody had been focused on that direct to consumer side.
Who was part of the audience in the early days? Because obviously I use my blender bottles, and I think pretty much everyone's kind of the same use case. I use mine for my Just Ingredients pre-workout.
Yeah.
And that's like the best use case, or protein, right?
Yep.
And then you guys have the unique bottles where it's like, they're a little bit more durable, because you have like the classic ones, the more durable ones, and then there's like stain resistant, like odor resistant ones. And so I'm using it for that. But like, is the audience, was it just directly tied to people that go to the gym, people that are like fitness, or like were there also use cases for BlenderBottle of people that are just using it in everyday life, kind of like Owala is now?
Yeah.
Or where was the progression at that point of like making an everyday product versus something that, I guess going to the gym is every day for people that are doing it, but where was kind of that trade-off or that progression?
Yeah, so initially, actually still the audience is everyone, both men and women. It was basically just people that go to the gym all the time. We realized that sometimes people for the website, at least, sometimes people go to the gym once a week, and those people also still need a mixed protein. And we really just was like, it was kind of making it more accessible. So at the time, and not in a way of like it's hard to buy, but it was like only the gym bros used BlenderBottle, or only these people can use it. So we wanted to make different colors, and I think what's funny is guys usually grab one BlenderBottle, they use it forever till it breaks, or someone steals it, or they leave it at the gym. Then they grab another.
Mine was you leave it at the gym.
Same color.
I was replacing them all
black.
the time.
Yeah, and so we added like, hey, let's try to make it more fun and like more of an experience. That was like 2016, 15, and that's where the color of the months came in. And then it's still focused around people that go to the gym, or mostly mixed things, mixed greens or mixed protein pre-workout even in the BlenderBottle. And it's just everybody needs it, so it's just kind of, it works for everybody.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things too, especially for BlenderBottle. I find myself, it's like, okay, I have one for protein, I have one for pre-workout, and then I'll typically like, I'll use it and then I won't wash it right away, so I need 2 more. So 4 in total, because you're like swapping them out so that you can wash the ones. It's just the whole thing, at least at our house. But.
Yeah, you got to get in the habit. Like I use mine in the morning and then I drink it before I leave, and then I just quickly rinse it out. Otherwise it stays in the car.
That's right. And it stinks, yeah. Well, cool. Well, what's one fun fact about yourself that no one else knows?
Ooh.
Maybe no one else, because your wife probably knows a lot of these fun facts.
Yeah, something funny. Well, I don't know. I in high school, my guidance counselor told me that I should probably look into being a janitor, because I wasn't gonna amount to anything.
Wow.
And so that stuck with me, and I was like, hey, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And so that
you got that little chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, forever. So That's
Hopefully that guidance counselor sees this and says, you know what, we made it.
I made it to a podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
So
Wow.
that's pretty motivating to me. So
Yeah.
like I remember that time and was like, shoot, that should be a garbage man. Not that garbage man, I think now they
Great job
they
now.
get paid
Yeah,
really
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But yeah, it was like, hey, that kind of motivated me to like do something more and find something that I liked. So.
And so the next question I'll ask on top of that is like, what is the most inspirational source or the source of inspiration that's kind of gotten you to this point? It sounds like that's part of it.
Yeah.
But is there anything else outside of kind of that chip on your shoulder? Because I had a very similar situation actually with an English teacher in high school. Because in high school, I just, I was kind of a chameleon. And so the friend group that I had, I'd basically just do whatever that friend group was doing. And so when I lived in Southern California, I had a very studious friend group. I was in all the advanced classes, was very studious. And I went to high school. I moved to Reno, Nevada. And my friend group, God bless them, love them all, was not studious. They all played on the baseball team. We just partied, wanted to do, all the fun things. And so my English teacher was very much the same way. And I kind of carried that. And it's like, you have those instances or those experiences that kind of drive you or motivate you. But what is another source of inspiration for you, especially at this point in time? Like, what is your inspiration?
A while back, like I would call him my mentor. He was my boss after I got fired and got hired at another place, and the internet was still the Wild West, and just the stuff that we were doing was like, here's the box, here's what's allowed, and nothing ever fit in what's allowed. And so that him just in general, like, I mean, back in the old days, you could run an affiliate program for like Netflix and get paid $200 to sign up. But I don't know how much detail you want to know about this. But
give it to
you
us.
had to have someone had to go to your website and view your thing, and then click on your link. And
should we just cashing in on Netflix?
I wasn't.
They were sending DVDs in the mail, and Chase was running an affiliate program behind the scenes.
It was a lot of money. It was right when the streaming part just came out, and so they were just trying to get signups.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest things is it's called cookie stuffing, where like Amazon and all the other affiliate programs know about it now. But basically, when you load your website, you can artificially click the link so the cookie's loaded onto that person. So if they left your website and then signed up for Netflix, you'd still get credit for it. And just that
cookie stuff,
the possibility of like, oh, you can do anything. And so like right now, my biggest thing I tell my team, like kind of live by is nothing's impossible. It just depends what the cost will be. And it could be time, it could be energy, it could be anything else, but nothing's impossible. And I kind of learned that there was like, oh, if someone clicks on your website and then they don't click on your link to buy it, but they do sign up, you're just out of luck.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not out of luck. You can work around it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's kind of really is like, there's a lot of barriers out there. I think that's just my kind of motto is just like, you can do anything. You have to find a way to do it. And so I love solving problems and like,
I love that.
Going outside of like what's generally everyone kind of has a consensus of like, this is how it's done and this is why. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I know, that one thought, I just remember him explaining how he was doing cookie stuffing and how it's kind of on the border of like ethical or not ethical, but allowed or not allowed. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's a Wild West, man.
Yeah. So just that's one of the biggest, most influential things of like, you can do anything with the internet. So
that's cool. I think one of the takeaways, there was a video I saw recently, just a short clip, and it was like, you can be like a small business owner. And if you're not constantly thinking about the problems that you can be solving for your customers, you're not necessarily taken as like a true entrepreneur. I think entrepreneurs, to your point, is like people that love to solve problems. It's people that solve those problems. And then there's obviously, when you go and solve a problem, the money will come, the revenue will come, the customers will come. But like, it's the people that kind of have that innate sense of like, hey, I just am like, my purpose is to solve problems for people. And that's cool that you feel that same way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, if you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be and why? Lifetime supply of blender bottles. That's
I have. You should see
basically
our
have
pantry. It's half full. Blender bottle, Owala.
Yeah.
We got so many. I about 6 months ago I stopped drinking Mountain Dew. Otherwise, I would say every flavor of Mountain Dew forever.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the turning point? You hit rock bottom.
Yeah, actually, I just funny enough, I put on this shirt, which is larger than I've ever worn before, and I was like, it was tight, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop. I gotta stop sugar. Kick me into gear, so I stopped sugar, and so I'd say that would change right now.
Well, it's looking loose on you, so
yeah,
something's working.
It's working a little.
And it's
bit.
an Owala shirt.
Yep, an Owala, built shirt in Owala.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, so I would say probably the Liquid Death right now is my replacement for that.
That's right.
So.
Shout out Liquid Death. Hopefully they're listening.
Yeah, I like the sparkling water.
I like the sparkling lime. Lime's probably my favorite.
Yep.
And I think they just came out with the smaller cans of it too.
Okay.
Which is cool.
I can drink a ton.
You can crush those, man. So,
drink
what was your favorite Mountain Dew flavor?
Oh, I think the best was probably Frostbite, which is slightly less known, but it's almost like Voltage. Which is the
Voltage
blue
is
raspberry
fantastic.
One. And then
Baja
Original,
Blast is
you
up
got
there.
that. Yeah, Baja Blast and Originals probably always winner. But
They've done some great work on those flavors.
yeah.
Wow.
But I haven't had a non-zero Mountain Dew since 6 months, or I guess 8
Mountain Dew
months
Zero
now.
is nice too. Yeah, 8 months. Good for you,
Yeah,
man.
so it's
Kicking the habit.
I know it's hard.
Attaboy.
Sometimes I miss it.
Okay, what are your current goals and aspirations in your future career and for the business as well?
So I've been really interested in one of these problems that I like to solve is actually small business acquisition. So I've been going into looking evaluating businesses, looking at multiples, and
What are some interesting things that have come across your desk?
recently I've been looking at a 3PL just for my own personal thing to mess around with.
And any janitorial businesses cross your?
Hey, I'd be open to that actually.
There's some good ones out there.
Yeah, no, I think what's most interesting, I think right now is I've seen a lot of venture capitals buying up home services and trying to kind of push it into the technology future, pump up the value, and I'm assuming get out. But it's in the early stages of that. So that's really interesting.
Are you talking about like HVAC and
So a lot of HVAC companies here, they all got consolidated, or even out of Florida came in, and a fund from Florida came in and bought a bunch and then consolidated it all under one name. And then they kind of market and move it. I find the better HVAC companies, usually the owner's pretty involved and not very technologically savvy. They're kind of writing it down on paper, or I got to do this at this time. And so usually you can help with software and stuff like that. And I think that's what venture VC saw, and we're like, we could amp this up. And then
I think another one is probably general contractor work. I don't ever hear of great general contractors. Whenever you're we had this person, it was a nightmare, right? It's okay, so is this an industry that someone can just go in, someone that's been in tech, that's more structured, more technological, more tech savvy, come into an industry like this and say, obviously there's so much, it's all hands-on, it's all construction based, but it's is there a way that we can kind of innovate this industry to make it a much better customer experience? Because I haven't heard of anyone who's in love with their general contractor or subcontractors, right? Sure. So I don't know. There's some opportunity there. So maybe dig into that too.
Yeah. That's a tricky one.
Yeah, tough. Well, cool. Well, Chase, that concludes the first segment of Out of the Box.
Easy part,
man.
Okay.
Now it's the competitive part. Okay, what do we got? Shipping wars. Heck yeah. Reba's got the materials. We got Mercedes in the audience here. We got a live audience of 2 people. What's that?
Can't cheat. Push up support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's 2 of them. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, so this is a fun one. So this varies pretty much every time we do it. I think last time we used tiny hands.
Okay.
And the tape's tricky.
but I did fold it over.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, yeah. We had someone, actually Brianna from True Classic, that just be careful of the serrated edge here. I think she clipped her nose a little bit last time. She's recovered since. She's a trooper.
Packaging.
Oh, we're packaging these tiny little
Oh, jelly thing.
jelly animals. Yeah. Oh, dude, my kids would love these actually. They might try and eat it. They might think it's candy. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to be packaging these squishy pals, and you've got to do it with oven mitts on.
Okay.
First one to get it done wins. I think this might be easier actually because we've had to do it with like one arm behind the back, tiny hands. I think the oven mitts might be a little bit easier, but we'll see. Okay, do we have a countdown?
Yep.
Okay, fastest person to
Start with these on.
Yeah, you guys start with them on. Get it over my watch here. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. We had Mike actually from Film Lab. I'll always remember this. He was the first episode of the OP show, and he had quite the tenure at Costco.
Oh.
And he got it done. Oh, uh-oh. I just broke it. That's not good. Let me see that. Yeah, throw it back in. I'm just gonna use the edge.
That's actually
There we go.
I gotta line mine up better.
Okay. Put the squishy pals in. Oh no. The tape. There's no way I'm getting that.
Oh, yep. Put some bubble wrap in there.
That's right.
I'm out. Tape is out.
When the tape comes down like that, hey Reba, thanks for starting it for us. That was a
There
game
we go.
changer. There we go.
There's no getting that with oven mitts.
There we go. Chase has been in the warehouse, man. I can tell.
I should. Just kidding.
Yeah, look at this. That just came right off. I just used it as a knife. I just started sloshing at it.
Little. This might need some protection when it gets there.
Might need some OP on that. That's great. Hey, first time though. That was good. See, I have the upper hand. I've done this probably like 6 times now. It rotates pretty much every like 3 episodes.
Something different each time.
Yeah. Well, that concludes segment number 2 of Shipping Wars. Pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Price is Right. Love a good Price is Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the objective is to come as close to the actual retail price as possible without going over.
Okay.
So if you're gonna guess and you have no idea, try and undercut it, because then you've got more of a chance to win. And there's gonna be 7 items, and this is all based on Utah Walmart prices.
Okay.
Shout out Rollback Walmart. Love a good Walmart. The one in Highland, love it. That brick one,
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
It's not very often you see different.
designs.
Yeah, on Walmart.
What's the closest one to you? You're out in like
I'm
Saratoga.
out in Harriman.
Harriman.
Yeah,
that's right.
so there's a Harriman neighborhood one.
Nice. The neighborhood ones are kind
Riverton.
of clutch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of those Walmarts, man, it's like if I just need 1 or 2 things, I'm like, it's taking me quite a bit.
Yep.
Walking all the way to the back. Okay. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, number 1, Great Value hamburger buns, 8 count, 11 ounce. Ooh, the Great Value. I'm going to say for an 8 count, I'm going to say $2.99.
Okay. I was gonna go with 239.
Oh,
I
$2.39.
don't know which one.
Okay, let's see. 146.
wow.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That might be America's last good value outside of the Costco hot dog.
Yeah. Same for.
Okay, Chase, 1 point. You're on the board.
Oh no, I went over. Yeah.
Oh, you went over. You went over. I'm sorry. I was just so stoked for you for a second. Okay, Kraft original slow simmered barbecue sauce, 18-ounce bottle. Ooh, that is $1.89.
Yeah, I hate barbecue sauce. So
Really?
Yeah.
What don't you like about it?
I don't like the vinegar.
Oh yeah,
Like I don't know. So it has to be particular ones I like,
yeah.
but mostly I don't.
What's your guess on this?
I guess I'll go 239 again.
$2.39.
Oh,
What did I say? $1.89.
189. Yeah, you got that one.
Hey, 1 point for Tanner. 1 point for Tan. Ooh, Doritos nacho cheese flavored. 9.25 ounce. This is just like a.
Regular size.
Just like a
Not
bat.
party size.
Just
Okay,
a
not
big-
family size. This is just, but that looks like a bigger bag.
This
It's
is-
kind of like it's like a medium bag.
Yeah, it's like the normal size bag that you get.
See, the normal size for me is a family size.
party size from Costco.
That's right.
I actually know what's printed on there as the MSRP, but I think Walmart's less than that. So
All right, Chase, you go first then. He's got the
it's
inside
something
scoop.
like it's like $3.99. I know it's a little more than that because I know what's printed on there, but I don't remember the.
Okay, I'm gonna go $2.79.
Ooh.
$3.98.
Oh, I was off by a penny.
Oh.
Dang. So
Wait, let's give it to him.
So-
Let's give. That's almost like spot on.
I know what's printed on there is $4.99. So I was like, I don't know how much they're under.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
So
Okay, 3. Yeah, okay, 1-1.
$1. There you go.
Dixie paper plates, 8.5 inch, 100 count. These are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
They've jumped up. Inflation definitely hit the paper plates category.
I'm gonna go with $9.88 on mine.
988.
Yeah, it might be $8.98, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go 898 actually. 628.
Wow.
Yes.
Then maybe they shopped a few years ago.
Okay, 628. Good gosh. Okay, 1-1 still.
Yeah, it's still on.
Okay,
Dang.
neither one of us got that. Heinz tomato ketchup 20-ounce bottle. See, this was a brilliant design. When they brought
yeah.
this one out where I could just stand it upside down,
It's already ready to go.
it's ready to rock and roll. And it's just got the hard part is the amount of pressure I want to squeeze that bottle.
Yep.
Because it takes a little bit and then it cracks and then boom, it's coming out. Full force. This is $3.15. $3.15.
Okay, I'll go $2.28 just to try and
Undercut.
help you. Oh, dang it.
$3.48. Nice.
Did you prepare the slides for these?
Yeah, I already know all the answers. Oscar Mayer, classic beef franks hot dogs. So actually, fun fact about this. In the summer months, I think starting in June, my buddy that actually is a buyer at Walmart said that Walmart makes like $300 million in hot dog sales in June alone. It's like something crazy like that. Or like the first like June and July, beginning of July, like the cutoff I think is July 4th. They make a ridiculous amount. It's like $300 to $500 million on hot dog sales.
I will leave it.
We just consume an
Summertime.
insane amount.
Yeah.
Summertime.
A 10-pack?
10-pack.
It doesn't match up with the buns that are 8-pack, right? There's a movie.
Isn't
with
that funny?
in there, right?
Why is that?
I don't know. $3.49.
Yeah, I'll say 298. I like that 298. Ooh,
I've got one finally.
That's nice. 394. Okay, for all beef franks. Okay, 2-2.
Tied.
It's
Yeah.
tied 2-2.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes all.
Oh,
Ooh, some charcoal, some Kingsford.
I'm all
Mayor
about
of Kingsford.
The Blackstone, so I don't even know
That's
how much this
right.
costs.
I think that's a Walmart product. They sell those Blackstones.
Yeah, they're from. I think they're in Ogden. or
Oh, are they
up-
really?
up
Oh,
north
they are.
somewhere.
Yeah, that's a local Utah brand. Do you have the big skillet one? I want one of those.
Not the hugest one.
Yeah.
I have like a 30-inch or something. I don't know.
You recommend?
I like it. Yeah.
10 out of 10?
It's great for bacon. It's great for everything.
Good.
Breakfast. I
Eggs
love
and
breakfast
yeah.
on Saturday with the family.
Yeah. Where do you go for breakfast?
The Blackstone, the deck.
Oh,
the back
you're
deck. It's good.
what's your restaurant though? Local restaurant for breakfast foods.
Ooh.
Before we answer this question,
There's one. There's like a
little hole in the wall
it's
called
like-
Denny's.
No, I think it's called Badass Breakfast Burritos.
Ooh,
I love breakfast burritos.
out in Harriman.
Oh no, it's over here in Sandy somewhere.
Oh wow, that sounds.
They're out of like Doghouse.
Oh, I know.
think
I
it's-
know. The doghouse is good.
Yeah. So I think you can only
Speaking
order
of dogs.
on DoorDash or whatever,
yeah.
but it's good.
Doghouse is really good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a 16-pound bag. How do you say that? Charcoal briquettes.
Briquettes, yeah. Small bricks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, so I don't know. It's a 16 pounds, about 4 uses. What do you?
I'm gonna say 898.
Okay. I was thinking it was way more than that, so I have no idea. Let's do $7.99 and hope it's under 9.
1092.
All right.
Winner.
Winner.
All right, you won.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I guess I should shop more.
Yeah,
Pay attention to the price.
Shop. Let's go to Walmart after this. Let's see if these are verified. Well, Chase, that concludes segment number 3.
Sweet.
This is so you've got 3 cameras on you. It's 2024. What are some of the big things you're trying to accomplish this year outside of kicking the Mountain Dew
Yeah.
habit?
I have some pretty ambitious goals, which
Let's hear 'em. Don't share any details, but let's hear.
Oh, there's details. So
Okay.
sorry.
Share the details.
It's not supposed to, but I'd like to hit $500 million in revenue across the sites in
Holy smokes,
less than a year. So
that's crazy.
that's my goal. We did some specific details I won't share, but made me think, hey, that's possible. And so that's my goal. Throw it
That's
up there,
wild.
and
Throw it
we're
up.
working backwards
Manifest.
from 3PLs to. There's a lot of logistical concerns with that much revenue, but that's my target. So
Let's go.
yeah.
That's fantastic. What about as an individual?
Probably say I'd like to buy some small business this year, and that's been my goal from January. So
Good for you, man.
that's my
Keep vetting those.
yeah.
I'd love to.
I'll find
I'd
one,
love to
I'm
keep
sure.
up with you on that. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, cool. Well, that concludes the show. Thanks for coming on.
Sweet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.